Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Great Lakes Disc YouTube channel. I'm Brian Papa with Frawley, and today I am honored to have Leonard Johnson from Ferris State University talk to us about collegiate disc golf, coaching, and the recent triumph of Benji Zorn and the team at the College Nationals. Stay tuned to learn more about what college disc golf is all about, and we've got a nice Raptors Zeus giveaway at the end, so stay tuned. And we're back on the YouTube channel with Leonard Johnson from Ferris State. How you doing today, Leonard?
Really well, Brian, and you?
I'm doing very well. Thanks for asking, my friend. Thanks for taking some time to chat with us here at Great Lakes Disc. I'm excited to learn more about your history with the game and with collegiate disc golf. So why don't you get right into it? How did you get into the great sport of disc golf?
Well, um, I first started playing frisbee golf on an object course at Kalamazoo College in the summer of '75. And I say frisbee golf because that's what we referred to it back then. That was before a trademark lawsuit was brought against Whammo, and then they had to do some copyright protection of the word frisbee. So, and then it became disc golf. So
That's
anyway, that was
awesome.
we played on an object course at Kalamazoo College. We played on an object course at Kalamazoo College in '75 when Bruce Johnson brought Ultimate Frisbee to that campus. At that time, the official disc for Ultimate was the 150-gram Whammo Master Frisbee. We would get a bunch of factory seconds from Whammo, and then we were all one disc wonders back then. You know, it wasn't until I went to LA on an internship in January of '77 that I played an actual course with baskets. And that was the first course that ever went in. That was Oak Grove. And this was before they began producing discs specifically for disc golf. So imagine what it was like trying to use a 119-gram catch disc essentially as your driver and your putter. So after returning to K College, I stuck to Ultimate for the next 20 years. In 1999, my career as a teacher education professor brought me to Ferris. I totally immersed myself in disc golf. At that point, I was too old really to continue playing Ultimate. My knees and hips weren't cooperating as well as you might want them to. Anyway, I totally immersed myself in disc golf, playing leagues in Kalamazoo and Grand Rapids. I must have put 20,000 miles on the car in the 3 months in the summer playing, going back and forth to Kalamazoo and Grand Rapids, playing all those leagues. So after 6 years of pestering the Parks and Rec Board here in Big Rapids, I finally got the first disc golf course installed here in Big Rapids at North End Riverside Park. That was in 2006. So that fall, I organized intercollegiate disc golf match play and took a team of Ferris players to compete against other colleges around the state. And at that time, Western was really involved. Lawrence Tech had a team, Central Michigan, Grand Valley, and then it grew from there. Ferris first got involved in college disc golf in 2012 when 4 of our players asked if we could host a qualifying event with the hopes of winning a berth to compete in the 2013 National Championships. We took one team of 4 that year and finished 7th overall. The next year, we took 2 teams of 4 and finished 2nd. And then in 2015, we took 3 men's teams and a women's team. We swept all the men's divisions that year, with both D2 and D3 teams winning by 25 strokes. The D1 team, of course, prevailed in a sudden death playoff, which was probably one of the most exciting memories that I have to this day.
That's got to be great as a mentor and a leader on that team to see the start from nothing all the way up to the top tier and the goal and the prize, if you will, for the
Sure.
sport. So that's got to be an amazing thing to watch. Now, Ferris State is a how many time national champion?
3-time men's champion and 1-time women's.
Wow, that is amazing. So we spoke to
And
Benji
those were all
early.
odd years. So it was like, yeah, 2015, 17, 19, and then the women in 21.
Well, watch out next year in 2025, right?
Kidding. Yep, no
Yeah.
kidding. Everyone's coming back.
So we spoke to Benji earlier this week, and he talked about the recruiting aspect of coming to visit you and the Ferris campus and seeing those trophies. Do you think that gives you and the college a little bit of an advantage over maybe other people looking to choose a college based on disc golf?
Yeah, I think it does. I remember visits with parents and students that were interested in disc golf. One of the guys on the team that's now a sophomore, Ethan Boswell, comes from as far away in Wisconsin as you can live. He and his dad came to campus, a couple of years ago, and his dad was all broke up. He's like, I really don't want to have you be this far from home. And Ethan was like, no, this is what I really want to do. And now he's one of the leaders on the team. It's really great to see them develop that way. And his parents made a surprise visit to nationals this year, so those moments are especially special.
Yeah, that's the boy to the man type story right there. It's great to
Yeah,
hear things like that. And it's great to see families supporting these young athletes' dreams through both choosing their education and choosing their passion. So that's
yeah,
wonderful.
for sure, for sure.
So take us back a few weeks to this year. You've got a whole crew going down. There's an exciting singles happening, and then Benji wins. What was that like for you?
Wow. Forgive me if I get a little bit choked up. I could not be more proud of this team. What's really cool is that I'm pretty sure every one of our players is coming back. All four of our teams, D1, D2, D3 women's, and each one of those teams got better every round we played. The way they came together to support Benji during his epic Final Nine comeback to win the singles title from the second chase card, I think he was 3 or 4 strokes back. That was phenomenal. As far as Benji's win, man, no player with whom I've ever been blessed to work with has worked harder or truly been more deserving of that. What makes it extra special is that his focus has never been on himself. It's always been on his team, and it really showed in how they celebrated his accomplishment there at the end. I don't know if you've seen that video the
Yeah.
PDGA put out. They put out a reel, and our team just swarms him. It's really moving.
Yeah, and it couldn't happen to a nicer person too, which is just a cherry on top for the whole story for me.
Yeah, for sure.
So you've seen obviously the sport of disc golf grow a lot in your time with collegiate disc golf. What do you think the next step for collegiate disc golf is?
Oh, I've given some thought to this. I think the greatest challenge facing college disc golf is to help students to build the structures they need on their respective campuses that are necessary to build support and most importantly, sustain a program in a way that keeps it affordable for students. And that's really a heavy lift. You see good teams come and go, and if they don't establish some way to keep it going and keep that energy going, it just fizzles out, and then it's a one and done kind of thing.
Yeah.
So Ferris created the first professional golf management program in the country back in the 70s. So I foresee a professional disc golf management bachelor's degree program being offered somewhere in the not too distant future. To make that happen, the PDGA and college disc golf need to get involved in curriculum development, which I don't know is really in their wheelhouse right now, but there are certainly enough folks like me who have been involved in curriculum and development at the college level that could help get that going. It might need to start with a certificate program or an associate's degree, but it's certainly the kind of thing that would help you sustain a program, because that's going to bring golfers or people that are really interested in disc golf to the campus, and you're going to get new golfers coming in every year because that's their passion.
Yeah,
And
I
so if they
think
really want to grow it and sustain it at the college level, that's really where they got to go.
yeah, you can tell that more infrastructure, whether that's practice facilities, course on campus, and just treating it more like a sport and less like a
Yeah,
pastime.
yeah, right. Carl Bowman, has just been really instrumental. I know he's a Great Lakes, uh, works at Great Lakes and supports all the things that you do. He's helped us to put a design and put a really good course on the campus here at Ferris. It's just missing one very critical item, which is the cement tee pads. I'm hoping now with I've got a meeting to have Benji meet with the president and the provost in a couple of weeks, and our goal is going to be to get that job done. And then the other piece that I think beyond curriculum development would be offering sports camps in the summer. So we could have bring students to campus for a week, and have all the golfers that are on the team be counselors in that program, and take them out to the course every day. That would really help. So look for that in the not too distant future, I think.
Well, if you get that going, just give me the dates as far in advance as you can, because I would love to volunteer at that. I think that that would be something that's, really impactful for a young athlete and a person in that age range to see a community kind of get around a program
Mm-hmm.
like that, not just a college. So yeah, if you do that, hit me up. I'll volunteer for sure.
Okay. Yeah, for sure.
That's awesome. So, you know, I'm a father. My kids have PDGA numbers. They're a little young to start thinking about college, but let's say 17-year-old versions of them are really good. Let's say they get the bug, and they're my son is rated 1,000 at 17. Uh, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and he wants to go on pro tour for right away. He's like, I'm gonna go on pro tour. I'm gonna win. I'm gonna be the next Paul McBeth. What do
Yep.
you
Yep.
say? What do you say to him and me as the family member
Wow.
to try to convince him to come to college
Yeah.
first?
Well, I had Kyle Klein, his mom came to campus. This was before he won the Next Gen tournament, which had a cash prize, I think, of like $5,000.
Yep.
And I did my best. I think his parents were on board with the importance of a college education and getting that first, and being part of a team and the camaraderie that builds, and then go pro after that. You can always go pro and have a lot of years, but man, he what a phenom he is.
Yeah.
And so I didn't have much luck, because I think he had his mind made up, and I would
Oh
think he was
yeah.
probably humoring his mom. All right, we'll go to Ferris, and check out the courses, and meet the guy. And so he played both the courses here at Northland, and immediately shot the best scores we've ever had on that course. Maybe tying Carl Bowman. He's the hometown favorite, of course, on that course. But yeah, so I would that would be my pitch. The importance of a at least a 2-year degree that helps you command a better. You're not going to be able to play and make enough to make a good living in disc golf, not yet. Um, and then that fizzles out. You probably peak in your 20s, and then it's a struggle after that. So, but there's really nothing like the camaraderie that you get when you come to a college campus and you're part of a team, and you make friends that are lifelong, and that support is there. I just imagine that on the pro tour it can be pretty lonely because it's you against the rest of them, and unless you've got some kind of gallery following you around, I imagine that could be a pretty lonely experience.
Yeah, well, you sold me. So if my kids want to go pro, I'll send them up to you guys first.
Yeah,
That sounds like a great deal.
okay,
Um,
for sure.
I love that, and it's got to be lonely, and I think that getting that 2-year degree is a nice compromise. That's a great way to point that out, Leonard.
Mhm.
So let's go back to just Leonard Johnson for a second. You've been throwing frisbees for a while, and I know that I'm always on the lookout for old Stratuses for you. That's what Carl tells me. But so what's your favorite disc now, Leonard?
Well, and that's really evolved over time. I think my favorite go-to was a beat up uh, flat top rock for the longest time. I think I have most of my aces are with that disc. But now it's almost too overstable. It's by the time you get upward towards 70, it's a whole different game. So these days, my favorite disc is a diamond.
Oh yeah.
Got a 141-gram diamond in my bag that pretty much can make it do anything that I want. And I'm sort of leaning toward a glitch as a putter.
Well, nothing wrong with that. The glitch and the diamond are two of the most sold discs that aren't disc in the store by far. So you picked two good ones right there, Leonard. All right. Well, we're gonna give you a little bit of time to thank anyone or to call out anyone or to make a recruiting pitch to the next superstar, whatever you need. Let us know how we support you and Ferris State Disc Golf.
Wow, the recruiting pitch would be come to Ferris, be part of a dynasty. I don't know that any other program has the support that the Ferris program has. You know, we take a week and we go on spring break. This year, for instance, I traveled more with the team in the last 3 months than I have with any other team, and it was at their urging. You know, they came to me and said, you know, there's a regional qualifier in Baton Rouge. Can we go? Like, all right, let's figure out how we can support that. You know, that's the end of January. Then the end of February, they're like, well, there's another qualifier in Lexington, Kentucky. Can we go? So we went to Kentucky, and then over spring break, I'm like, okay, there's a regional qualifier in Jonesboro. Do you want to play that? We wanted to go play the nationals courses in Rock Hill, and they're like, well, can we do both? So that that was quite the trip, you know, to drive to Rock Hill and stay for 2 or 3 days, and then from Rock Hill to Memphis, which was the closest we could find a place to house 18 of us to play in the Jonesboro Regional. And I think all of those tournaments really helped the team to peak, and especially Benji, at just the right time. So there's nothing like it. So come to Ferris. We've got scholarships for disc sports, disc golf, and ultimate, and you'll never have an opportunity to meet a greater bunch of players. Then as far as thanking the folks to thank, really, it's just I want to thank all the parents and the friends of our players who've been so supportive of the team this year.
Well, that's great. Love a good amount of support. We've got a giveaway to end today. So we've got this Great Lakes Z-Swirl Raptor, and we've got this Discraft Paul Macbeth Zeus. All you gotta do is comment below which one you'd rather have, Raptor or Zeus. We're gonna make this real easy on you folks, and we'll randomly pick someone in a couple weeks once this gets posted. Leonard, I can't thank you enough for your time today. You've been a pleasure. Keep doing what you do. Can't wait to help out with that clinic someday.
Thanks, Brian, and let's go with the Zeus.
All right. All right. Thank you so much.